Hey, welcome back, guys. All right, here we go. Let's get into this. This is going to be a today's topic video. It's for the 12th of August. Let us see what we've got. This is card 9, and I always look at this card because we have on the wall framed, we have all of these different images of the strength card. And sure enough, we show these different types of strength. We've got this acrobat, and he is like the power, the base, right? And then resting on his back and in this hula hoop, showing another great feat of strength and balance, we have this feminine. And so it's like the two of them are these, acrobatic gymnast duo, acro yoga duo. And it feels like we've got the candlelight here, but then with the divine light coming down and highlighting this, it really keeps saying that this is maybe some of their best light. Their truest strength is when they are supporting each other, when they are flexible, when they are working together in tandem, in unison. That is one of the most divine energies, or the best version of themselves that shines through, is when they are collaborating, when they are connecting. So this could be a really beautiful message for like encouraging characters to, interact with each other in a beautiful way and seek, like collaboration and answers instead of conflict on the 12th. That's the way I would interpret it first. But let's take a look. I would agree that that's probably the best of us, is when we're, trying to find solutions and when we're working with someone instead of against somebody. We have a 10 of Swords and we have the Hanged Man. So this is feeling like there's a choice. We can either, it's time, because she's walking right toward Big Ben there on a beautiful London street. But it's time to put an end to something painful and instead look at things from a different lens. I feel like two characters are being encouraged to, if not get back together, it doesn't have to be like it's a romance, but let's say two characters are being strongly encouraged to definitely do things different. We got the World card upright. It's a really good day to say, I won't participate in any more, fighting, nastiness. I won't participate in anything that doesn't actually change my world for the better. So I want to work with somebody instead of stay in hostility with them. Now, here's the problem with that, though, of course, is that two people both have to want solutions. If you got one person who doesn't want a solution and they like the chaos, they like the arguing, there are some people that you literally cannot collaborate with if they don't want to. That's true. But thankfully, I feel like there's this real inspiration on the 12th for all characters to want to come to some kind of like better outcome. 7 of Cups. We definitely see a strong energy of a divine feminine who might be thinking heavily about, what is the best action I can take today? How can I improve things between either myself and this person? How could I handle dialogue with somebody in a way that it would show that I'm not here to fight or cause them hurt or pain? In fact, quite the reverse. I want to move on from this. All right. Hey, guys, I'm sorry. YouTube's doing its little buffering. We should be back and it should be smooth again, though. I was trying to figure out, is it two people that are both trying to like figure out how will we get back together and make things right? Or is this like two people that have never encountered each other before, and it's like, hey, I just really want to approach like love differently, or I want to approach a person differently? With the Justice card in the reverse, I'm going to say there's a desire for a very specific relationship to get sorted out. I'm thinking this is definitely two people who definitely two people. What I'm not super thrilled with is that we keep only seeing feminine again and again and again on all these cards. Like maybe this is a little bit more on the side of the divine feminine who's like, I really want to work this out. I really want this to get smoothed out. I want to. I don't want any more, arguing between us. I don't want to hurt them. If I said something hurtful in the past, I want to make it right. My only problem with this is that I keep seeing it as one person continuously saying this, but I want to know, what about the other person? What mindset are they in? Hi, Carol. Good to see you, babe. Let's take a look at the other character involved in all this. Six of Wands, I don't know, as it stands, they might be feeling pretty like happy, content, and having flown away. Oh, we have the Page of Swords, though. Okay, so hang on. He's gathering some information, maybe a little bit of spying, but why are you feeling so good and feeling like you figured something out? Hanged man. So he's kind of come to some of the same conclusions. You know what? I actually love this because I feel like two people are both very decent characters, right? We're dealing with decent, rational characters. These are not egomaniacs. These are not people that want to cause anybody else grief on purpose. Look, as humans, sometimes we do, get into a kerfuffle and we start to, be unkind toward each other. But if that is not what the real intentions are, if we're dealing with two mature people who've had a snit, they've had a problem, but in truth, both of them are bigger than that. Both of them are like, you know what? This was stupid. I don't want to have these arguments. I respect this person. I like this person. Even if we've had some problems, honestly, I know they respect and like me too. I feel like this is a really great foundation where they both are very strong, maybe strong-willed, strong opinionated. This could be individuals who know each other quite well. This could be lovers. And it's like she obviously is saying, we got to do things different. I don't have any intention of trying to cause them harm. I care about this person. I want things to be different between us. He's over here thinking basically the same things. He's been thinking about it from the opposite, viewpoint as well. He watches her from a distance, like she's freaking awesome. This is an amazing person. I already know she's amazing. So, what is there to, fuss and muss about? I think these two maybe will always. He also thinks she's very fair and balanced with that Two of Pentacles. She's got some good points as I've thought about some things that she said. I got to admit, she made some good, solid points. He's big enough to be able to say, this isn't about my ego. This is about me really contemplating what she had to say. Honestly, I think that these two possibly are terrific partners, whether this is a business, friendship, or lovers. They could be terrific partners because they do have strength to hold forth with their own opinions, but no desire to hurt each other. And if things get a little bit too heated or something, they go back to their separate corners, and they actually are intelligent enough to really think about what did they just say to me? Let me think about what they just said, because they had some real valid points, and they both do the same thing, right? We go to our separate corners, we pause, we cool off, and we think about it from the opposite lens. The Hanged Man comes up for both of them. Hi, Anisha. Great to see you. Christy. Hi, babe. Six of Swords in the reverse, King of Pentacles. He doesn't like discord with her any more than she likes it with him. She's like that Justice card in the reverse. We got to sort stuff out. I don't want there to be anything. I didn't intend to say something rude. I don't want to hurt his feelings. I really like this person. He's over here saying, I really admire her. I actually want to give to her. And if she's stressed out over us having conflict, I don't want to do that to her. I definitely don't want her to move on and forget about me. I mean, it's uncomfortable right now, but man, I'd like to actually ground this thing. Okay, so I would say that these two people can really get things back on track today after some kind of an upheaval. Can we just see, why did they ever have conflict or upheaval in the first place? Was there something specific that happened? Because they're both really strong. Oh, they had upheaval. Five of Swords. Maybe they got into like a verbal arm wrestling match, if you will. Two people striving to make their point and make it better than the other person and win an argument. And it really doesn't matter because, in fact, I don't know, this could be two people that actually both have like the same opinion, but for slightly different reasons, because all of these are like little angel feathers. Maybe they were arguing about something really positive, you know, um, almost like, let's say they both have a beautiful viewpoint on like the world, but then they were arguing, or say they were arguing about something spiritual, and it's like they both have this awesome belief in being like the best people they can be, but then they got into an argument about the, specifics of something. It could be something almost, I don't want to say foolish, because hey, these are two strong people. They have a reason that they have convictions and opinions, but it really does look like, I think both of them immediately felt like this was so stupid. Either it's that they are in a divine connection, and this is two people that are divine counterparts. They really care about each other. So why am I fighting with the person on earth that is the best match for me I've ever come across? The person that I feel like I was divinely guided to. Why am I fighting with them? Honestly, I would like to especially not be at odds with the person that is like my safe haven. This 10 of Wands is like, can we lay down our swords? Can we lay down, there's could be some guilty feelings on both of their sides as well. Like, I feel like a jerk. I shouldn't have, argued with a person I love most like that. This is like, I want to have a candlelight dinner. Can we get things back to romance? It is starting to feel like we have a romantic couple who are very headstrong, very independent, very smart, and they definitely, if they use that wit and that power against each other, because they are so strong, they can definitely make things go wrong really quickly. But I also feel like both of them are well matched in like their rational thought processes. Neither one is vindictive. We just don't see that here. We got an Ace of Swords getting to the heart of the matter, and they may need to put boundaries around whatever this topic was that they had a heated argument over. It may be like both of them want to concede a point, but they both want to like talk about this in plain language and say, okay, here's the truth of it. Truth of it is, I hate it when I argue with you. I hate it. So I don't want to argue with you. What if we can make it so that if we do have to, draw a line around certain topics, if we are getting too heated about something, or maybe we have an argument room where we're allowed to argue only if we're in this space, and then if we exit, then we go right back to being loving partners. We can only discuss this topic like in in one space, or maybe whoever holds the ladle, you're the person who gets to talk, and we have to give each other a chance to talk and a chance to listen, so that we don't get talking over each other. It just feels like this is about, let's find a way to handle our conflicts. I feel like they need to hand something to one another, so that one talks and the other one listens. That Ace of Swords is about, oftentimes it's about speaking a truth. But if you speak a truth or a really great idea and the other person will not listen, will not hear because they're talking over you, then you just wasted your words. So instead, let's find a way to make all of this count. Let's always get the best out of our conversations. Because you know what? We're both freaking brilliant people. Maybe we're both amazing problem solvers, and we both have something to contribute. I mean, that's basically what they did, is they stepped away from an argument and they were like, God, he's super smart. God, she's super smart. They made such a great point. I was arguing with them, but damn, that was actually a really great point that they made. Like, that is so awesome that these two could potentially, maybe this is why they wanted to be with each other in the first place. This could bring them closer together instead of further apart. I think that is remarkable. Anytime characters who are very strong, but they're strong in the right ways, right? To really be strong means you have to be flexible. It means you have to be able to open your mind. It means you can't be vying for power. That makes you weak when it's a power struggle. When you want to be right, or you want to be better than your partner and make them say that they're in the wrong, if that's what your motive is, that's weak. That's not, protecting the relationship. And that's about ego. You have to tell me that I was right and that you were wrong. Neither one of these characters is petty. Neither one of them has that weakness. They're both pretty, like, they actually like having a strong partner. They like having a partner with a great brain. What they don't like is fighting with their partner. I'm so cheering for this duo. If this is what the 12th brings in, is the opportunity for strong couples to heal and to choose the relationship and to admire the strengths that they each bring to the table. That's amazing. The Magician is Virgo Gemini energy, and it's all about, like, I'd love to create, and project us actually, manifesting more of this, more for ourselves, more of a relationship, not less of one. This is about looking toward the future, still speaking truth to each other, but not letting it get heated, because that's just not the way they want to do this. They both like each other and respect each other way too much to tear this thing down by, arguments. And let's be honest, we can have arguments about anything under the sun, right? We're humans. Humans are great at arguing because we have the curse of vocabulary, the curse of communication, right? Not saying other nonverbal animals don't have their, pecking order and their arguments and their fights too, but we take it to a whole new level, right? Humans, we're so great, and communication is so valuable, and then it can get us in such hot water so quickly. But this is two people that I think are setting up parameters so they can be really successful. I love the fact that they already know that this is not going to be the end of their relationship, and in fact, it's going to strengthen their relationship. Girl of Swords. This keeps coming back around to them saying, I always learn from you at the same time. Like he said this is the Page of Swords. He had it. Now we have a feminine on this. So both of them know that the other one has these gems of wisdom. And it's like, honestly, when we argue about stuff, we both wind up bringing amazing gems of knowledge and nuggets of wisdom to the table. So on one hand, let's not stop having dialogue, but let's look for the gems of wisdom. Let's argue more hypothetically from now on, and know that we can't wait to hear what the other one is going to drop with some crazy knowledge that we didn't know the other one had. This is like a way to get, I know it still says that they're going to argue, but they're not arguing now and afraid to argue. They're not going to sidestep important conversations. It's that they're going to handle those important conversations differently and even look forward to it. Because it's like, when we have these arguments, you say things and I'm like, that was such a good point. Like, I'm kind of always impressed. Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm super impressed with the things that you say. I'm super impressed because it's like, without some necessary disagreements and arguments, we would never know how our partner's brain works. We would never know, and maybe never fully appreciate like their intellect and the way, they rationalize things, and the way their brain might work differently than ours, and the way we can, really gain deeper respect. I really like this. This is for like two very intellectual individuals. They need to keep talking. They don't need to be quiet. They don't need to get scared of conversations, say, okay, we're not going to talk about certain topics anymore. They need to find a way to talk about those things and look forward to it, because this is where I learn more about you. This is where I appreciate your knowledge. This is where, we do have to listen to each other, though. We have to let each other speak. Then we have to weigh stuff. They're not going to shy away from any kind of conversation. This is two people that actually intend on like growing together. This is such a precious part of their relationship, actually. That is very refreshing. I don't think we've had a couple that is like this. I don't think I've ever seen a couple like this. This really awesome. All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really good to see you. Appreciate you guys so much. I will wish you guys a beautiful day or a beautiful night, regardless of wherever you might be. Carol, Anisha Chatu, Christy Bruce, thanks again. Hi, Ella Gonzalez, Cinnamon the Sage, Chena, Annette Summersby, Mooney 787, Not Today, Nope, RT, hey. Mooney, are you freezing? Oh, you mean yes, it did do a little bit of a freeze there. Oh, Helena, are you back? So you really have subscribed just so that you could write me hate mail. That is a big investment of time on your part. Sweetheart, I so hope that you find, better things to do with your time. I always wish everybody really well, and especially don't waste your time on stuff that you find boring. There's so much other content out there, and I'm sure that there's far better, far more entertaining things that would, be for your palate. So I really do wish you well elsewhere, and I'm going to help you move on, because I don't ever want, people to like invest their time hate watching things. I think that's just such a waste of everybody's time. So I'm going to help you move on right now, okay? So take care of yourself, and I wish you well elsewhere. Since you visited 2 of my videos just to write me hate mail, I can see that you're kind of focusing right now. So I'm going to wish you well, and really encourage you to do what's best for you. Bye. Hi, vertical rising. Christy is so sweet. Tina's just passing time. You're so sweet. Mooney, thanks. Hey, everybody's got their own problems in life, and I just assume, sometimes people just need somebody to yell at, and a stranger on YouTube, it's like, they're keyboard warriors, and they go seeking somebody that's live just because they gotta like shout at somebody. And I really do wish people well. I know there's so much pain and frustration in the world, and people are just looking for outlets. And so it's keyboard warrior or two. I can probably handle the hit here and there. It's not going to be too big of a deal, but I do hope that if people are unhappy, that they really do seek better happiness, entertainment. It's go listen to music, go listen to comedy, do something else. That's always what I hope for people. But sometimes instead they keep cycling back in to do some hate watching, and I always think, oh gosh, our time is so precious. So I always hope everybody picks something that's good for themselves. Anyway, you guys, thank you. You make my life so good, and I'm so honored you guys are here. It's an absolute delight to hang out with you. Sweet. Wendy E. Love you guys. Take care. Have an awesome evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Right back at you, sweet. Bye.